Okay, in this video, I want to talk about anxiety and something that I have noticed. It's age. One of the things I've noticed is of age is the way I feel anxiety or panic attacks or such changes as I've changed as I aged. I'm in my 50s, like I said. What did I say? I got distracted looking at a cloud up there. But yeah, so it has changed over this time. And lately, I have noticed like a really, I don't know, strange side effect. Maybe I'm hoping that's all that it is, and it deals with being anxious. Now, anxious and anxiety aren't exactly the same in my book. Like you might be anxious for something to happen, but are you feeling anxiety because you're waiting? But for me, it seems like I am feeling it now. I've never noticed it before, not in this way, and my heart beats faster. Now, I was diagnosed with panic disorder, and I do understand how that goes. Believe me, yeah, I do. Mine was so bad, I had experienced what people pronounce as these days agoraphobia. Then I think it was agoraphobia. But I experienced when I was 28 and again when I was 33. Don't know how long I was stuck in the house. I could not leave. It was just too awful, the thought of leaving. And it was there both times it was an apartment. But yeah, I mean, I've had them bad, and but it changed for me, and I'm not suggesting this to anybody, saying that it would be the same for anybody else. But for me, I got put on a medication for diabetes type 2, insulin resistance, when I was 35, and things changed like night and day. But I still have the anxiety, still not as bad, but it's not as, that's what was my point was going to be, it's not as bad. The panic attacks, I might have one once a year, and I can be in situations that before then, like night and day, seriously, before then. Before then, some situations caused me so much panic, like business meetings, and I was a career student. Sometimes when the classroom got real quiet, I couldn't handle it. And, just certain other situations. Elevators, forget it. Oh, I would have to go up them, but oh my goodness, awful. Things like that. But once I started taking that medication, night and day, difference. But I still have, like I said, probably one every year. I also have an adrenal disorder, so that doesn't help. And it could just be that, too. Yeah. But what I was going to talk about mainly was this, something I have noticed is that just a couple of days ago I started thinking more about this, that of my heart beating faster. And I mean, it, I feel it, what do you call that, collarbone, neck collarbone, right there together, or whatever it is. I would feel it beating really fast. And I would check it on my monitor, and the heart rate would be fast. It would be, around between somewhere in the 90s. And I don't know how fast, if that's really fast. Mine usually is fast as it is. Usually like in the 70s and I think 80s. I don't know, but it was, it was racing. I could feel it thump, 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 and it was because I was wanting to do something, but I knew I would have to wait until the next day. And any time I did that, I would have to wait until the next day to do it. I would start feeling that, or maybe even an hour or two if I just had to wait. It's focused around having to wait. That I would feel that. But there was one other time I would feel it too. Okay, and this is recently. Both of these are recent changes. I would feel my heart beat faster whenever I wouldn't just slow down. It's like I was a rush and hurry. For what? I'm not at a job. I'm a homemaker. I don't work outside the home. There's no rush for me to do anything. I don't have a boss. And I did a video about how having had bosses that made everybody, not just me, it wasn't just a me focus, they made them do everything in such a hurry that it was awful, like I said, everybody, over so many years. And I think that helped to lead to this part where I want to do everything. I want to multitask. I've always been a multitasker. But that's part of it is because they put so much pressure on you, or it's harsh consequences. You will lose your job if you don't hurry. Hurry, rush and hurry, everything. That's not good. It's not good in many ways. But so when I'm in a hurry, rush and hurry, and you can see that there is a somewhat connection, at the same time difference. But the hurry up and wait. I want to do something today, but I have to wait until tomorrow. So it's that anticipation and that part. But the other one is I want to hurry up and get it done. Hurry up and go so I can go to the next thing. And I'm doing this to myself at this point. Okay, it was programmed into me from all those jobs and stuff like that, but I'm doing it to myself at this point. I don't have a boss. I'm not working a job, so yeah. There's no need for me to rush and hurry. Of course, every once in a while you might need to do something quickly, but not really. Okay. And it's hard for me to calm myself down with this. But, like they say, what is that expression, once you face it, once you name it, you can face it, you can deal with it or whatever, you can change it. Pretty much something in this line, maybe, hopefully people do it with a counselor or whatever. But yeah, so I'm facing it, and see, I've recognized what it is. And since then, this has been a few days now, I feel calmer. I don't feel my heart race as much. I slow myself down. I don't have to rush. I just got to be mindful of it and keep it in my head, so I won't start doing it again. Because it's not like I've never noticed that I rush too much, that I act as though I have a boss when I don't. I multitask. I hurry. Now, I've noticed those. I just never noticed the heart beating faster thing until recently. Yeah. Okay, but one of the things this is teaching me, really, is to basically stop and smell the roses, not the coffee. I don't drink coffee. I'm anxious enough. I don't need coffee, man. That stuff makes my heart beat fast, too. But I do wake up in the morning, and I have to have something, like some people drink coffee. I have to have my morning caffeine, so I drink Diet Big Red. I'm serious. It's the only thing I can handle in the morning. Sometimes that Diet Sunkissed. It's got to be diet. And, they have, from what I understand, both of them have caffeine, but not so much, just one cup, one glass. They're not glasses, but you know what I'm talking about. But other than that, so I got off on a tangent there, but stop and smell the roses. Just stop and look around and take my time and not feel like I have to rush myself. Why am I rushing myself? There's nothing I must do. But while I'm on this topic, like I said, I'm doing this to myself, and I'm well aware of it. But there is something that I started this project probably 4 years ago, just for me. It's not a project, and nobody knows about it. It's just so deep, and nobody would understand it. Well, I guess they could understand it, if I sit there and explain forever how it works. But I've started losing interest in it. I guess I started, when did I start doing that? Maybe 4 years ago. I really need to think about that. Or maybe 3.5. And I built it up, so much. And so when I wake up in the morning, I feel like, okay, I need to get started on that and do this. But it's just something for me. There's no boss, like I said, nothing. I'm not making any money if I do or don't do it. It's not something for exercise, nothing that would be for my health or anything like that. But it's just something I do to keep, just experiment and do things and see how this works and that kind of thing. I don't sell anything or anything like that. But I started putting all these restrictions on myself, these rules, these regulations, of how I'm supposed to do this and when I'm supposed to do it and how much, and started pressuring myself, do more, do less, and then I'll get burnout or just lost interest now at this point. And it's like, I do this to myself. And I know that it's because of my past, with bosses like that, with people in my life like that. rush and hurry, and they had to have it yesterday, and when they just gave it to you today kind of mentality. A boss, gives you something they wanted it done yesterday. They just gave it to you today. All of that, and it leads up to a mindset, to be like that, to rush and hurry, multitask, do everything yesterday. Get it done yesterday when you just got it today. And that's ridiculous. It's not that easy, to calm yourself down from it and get that out of your head. Recognize it, throw it out. Say, enough of that. I have to change it. Get it done. Not strike that, get it done. Change it. Not rush and hurry on it. No more rush and hurry. But I'm not here to give anybody advice. This is what I'm telling myself. That I really have to get a handle on this. And like I said, I've been doing that. I've been very mindful that this is what I'm doing, and I'm feeling much better. My heart isn't racing like that. And it was only racing for, I guess, a week or so. But it's once I started really thinking about what is causing this, why is this happening, it started calming down. And that's what's important, to calm down. And I don't need anybody to tell me that. My degrees are in psychology and sociology, and I was a career student. I taught at college and university. But telling myself, they say that other people can, outsiders can see better in, and it's too subjective. You can't be objective enough. But for me, I think about it, and say, why is this happening? What is going on? What can I do to change it? How can I change it? And the biggest thing is, always has been, calm down. Calm down. It's not the end of the world, unless, of course, it was the end of the world, which is not. Oh, yeah, somebody's going to fire you because you don't run a marathon every day for all day long for 8 hours a day. Good riddance, really. But anyway. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I think I've said enough on it. But if you have an opinion, or if you're an older person like me, say in your 50s or older, more mature person, whatever you want to call them. Some people can't stand hearing older. Some people can't stand hearing mature. You're like, what, we're immature? Whatever you call it. But have you noticed the differences and the changes in you over all these years? How did it change along the line? Mine changed more than just that way, but this is what I'm focusing on right now. Anyway, I'm wrapping it up.